Milwaukee Bucks traveling to Boston Celtics. And I'm sure you know this already, but the home favorites are on a 12-game winning streak and against the spread. The last time a home favorite failed to win a game was game one of this series back on May 1st. Since then, the home favorites have gone 12 and 0,
Hmm.
straight up and against the number. And there was one game, this last game of this series. Actually, you would think that the Milwaukee Bucks as a home favorite, right? But they weren't. They actually closed as a 1.5 point underdog. But I'm going to turn it over to you, Ronald, and let you tell me: is this trend now mature, and does it mean anything at this point, or is this trend just going to continue to roll right through the NBA conference finals and the NBA finals?
Yeah, I mean, this series here specifically is a true zigzag, right? I think they've been going
Yeah.
win loss. So they split both home and road. I think that trend continues, in my opinion. The Celtics, I feel like they should be able to win this one. Uh, this line here, though, where it's possible, it's a line where it's possible where they still don't cover, even though they win the game. 5.5 points is a lot in this series. I think they match up pretty well, but in the season, in the regular season in conference games as home favorites, the Celtics are 20-9 straight up and 11-17-1 against the spread. So, like I said, it's very possible that they win this game but not cover this line. With how tight the line is. Um, to me, though, more signs are pointing to the under. I want to focus towards the total here. I talked about how the Celtics did as home favorites in conference games, but if you add that their opponent has a winning record, they're actually 10-5 to the under in those games. And on the Buck side, 6-1 to the under as road dogs in conference games against teams with a winning record. And also another trend here towards the Bucks against teams with a winning record, and the total is 220 or less. 12-4 to the under with an average combined score of 210.5, and that's a 16 game sample size. Also includes some of the games here in the playoffs. So to me, the way it's looking is I'm leaning towards the under in this game specifically, just based off game flow, and how they match up both defensively and offensively. So that's my lean on this one.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way too, Ronald. Still having trouble getting these slides up. I'm limited to a 50 megabyte size. I just learned, but because we're making too many high definition graphics, I suppose. But we'll keep trying. But I like the first half here with the Boston Celtics. I think it only makes sense that they want to defend the house, and they know the situation. I mean, it's a best of three series now, so two of those three games are at home. And if they win the two home games, which they've been outstanding at home so far, with the exception of game one, um, you have it won. And if you win this first one, then all the pressure in the world is on Milwaukee, back in Milwaukee, to force a game seven. Then, after all that exhaustion of saying they win it, you have to travel back to Boston to that raucous crowd who will be absolutely out of their minds in game seven. So it doesn't look all that good right now for the Bucks unless they are able to pull off the upset tonight. But
Mhm.
I think this home favorite trend is well entrenched, and I don't see any reason it doesn't continue. Again, it's like we talked before, Ronald. Like at the roulette table, you watch red come up 8 times in a row, 9 times in a row. What does the betting public do around that table? They bet
Mhm.
black because
Mhm.
black is due. Well, no, it's not, and it's not due that the Milwaukee Bucks are due to win because the home favorites have gone 12 and 0. It doesn't mean that. So I want everybody to be careful
Mhm.
thinking that, because that could be a big mistake. You're better off taking the Celtics, I think, and continuing the trend. And if they lose, they lose, but you're with the momentum.